The Republican establishment is incredulous that he's their most likely nominee. Incredulous, shocking. They say Donald lacks the foreign policy experience to be president. But in fairness, he has spent years meeting with leaders from around the world. Miss Sweden, Miss Argentina, Miss Azerbaijan.
President Obama last night in his final White House Correspondents' Dinner taking a jab at Donald Trump. Ed Rollins is former principal White House advisor to President Reagan and a Fox News political analyst. Katherine Timpf with us this morning, columnist for the National Review and a Fox News contributor. And Stephen Sigmund is with us, senior vice president of Global Strategy Group and a Democratic strategist. Good to see you all.
Thanks.
Well, Obama is always really good at that dinner, and once again he crushed it.
He's a great talent when he gets up on that. This dinner's kind of outlived its usefulness. It used to be 3 or 4 decades ago. You honored media, you raised money for scholarship. Now it's all about celebrities.
Yeah, it really is. I was there as well last night, and, you know, they were all talking about Donald Trump because he was there last year, and I guess the president made some jokes about him last year as well. But some of these jokes, Katherine, sort of resonate because people are thinking, yes, well, he did the Miss Universe pageant. So
yeah, absolutely.
Sweden
Obama was so funny last night.
Yeah.
I really thought. I mean, the way that he hit Hillary, the way that he was hitting Trump, Republicans. He really just went all over the place, and it was great. But yeah, I mean, it is bizarre, and I'm sure he was thinking what happened now in terms of last year. I remember he said he wanted to change the tone of politics, but he should have been more specific. I thought that was really funny because nobody could have seen this kind of thing coming.
And nobody did see Donald Trump coming. Very few people, Steve. Let me get your take. Let's go to more serious matters here. Obviously, we have the dinner and joking about what, but there are things that are really resonating going into Indiana, and that is jobs. How are you feeling going into Indiana about Hillary Clinton as well as Donald Trump?
Well, look, I think Hillary Clinton's in great shape. I mean, she's solidified her position as the presumptive nominee. She's far ahead in polling. I think it's been better for her to have a competitive Democratic primary because she really is at her best when she's fighting as opposed to being sort of regal, right? I think Donald Trump is going to win in Indiana. I mean,
You do?
yeah, I mean, 2 months ago, or 3 months ago on the show, I said he was the presumptive nominee. He's caught up to me this week by saying so. But look, he's not in any better position than he was a couple of months ago. I mean, he gave a good foreign policy speech this week when he finally used a teleprompter and you know, said things that people had told him to say, but it was completely overshadowed by, you know, the woman card and endorsements from Bobby Knight and Mike Tyson. And, you know, so he keeps sort of, you know, his way of presenting himself keeps driving a further and further wedge between him and the rest of the electorate besides Republican primary electorate.
And there's a poll out this morning, Ed, that basically puts 50-50 Trump. Clinton.
That's the Rasmussen, and that's the national. The poll that's more important at this point in time is the Wall Street Journal Marist, which has Trump up 15 points in Indiana. Cruz can't get a break. I mean, he obviously had a big week, and he won some of these smaller things. He got some good endorsements. He got 2 governors. Meanwhile, Trump gets endorsed by the KKK of Richmond. He gets endorsed by Mike Tyson, and it doesn't matter. He still keeps moving forward. And my sense is he's going to be hard to stop. This is it. If he doesn't get stopped this week, it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to win. He's definitely going to win in Indiana. I didn't really understand the Carly Fiorina pick right before Indiana either. I mean, she outsourced so many jobs. She was never that popular, and it does seem desperate. But I guess maybe to distract from the Trump sweep. But I still don't know if even after Indiana that he'll drop out because there's the never Trump people are going to be never Trump no matter what, and his candidacy is so much bigger than just him.
I don't think he drops that. I think he goes.
So the rest of the Republican Party seems to be sort of cycling between the last 2 stages of grief. You know, between sort of depression and acceptance.
Acceptance, yeah.
Ted Cruz is still completely at denial.
I still think there's plenty of denial, actually. Yeah. I think plenty of it.
Well, look, let's face it. If we do have a contested convention, we don't know what happens in the second ballot. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know, and obviously you've got 57 delegates on Tuesday. My sense is Trump wins the majority, may win them all. If he doesn't, then obviously you've got a little competitive race continue. But you got the big one in California, which is 172 delegates, and obviously my sense is Trump either gets there or gets awful close to the margin, and then you've got a real battle. But I would also tell you that the majority of the delegates there would rather have someone other than Trump at the end of the day. And that may not happen, but there's other things like platforms, rules, all sorts of stuff that nobody's bothered to focus on.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of good points here. Great to see you all. An abbreviated panel this morning. We so appreciate it. Steve Sigmund, Ed Rollins, and Katherine Timpf. Good to see you all. Thank you so much. That'll do it for Sunday Morning Futures this Sunday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maria Bartiromo. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on Mornings with Maria on the Fox Business Network, 6 a.m. Eastern to 9 a.m. Eastern. Join us on the Fox Business Network. Stay with the Fox News Channel. Media Buzz starts now.